Hello everyone, this is the third lecture of chemical changes and reactions, and in this video we are going to discuss the examples of various type of reactions. So in previous lecture we have discussed 4 different types of reactions. So in this lecture we are going to discuss the examples of those reactions. So 4 types of reactions were direct combination, then decomposition, then displacement and double decomposition reaction. So let's see the examples of direct combination reactions. So direct combination reactions are also called synthesis reaction. As you know, synthesis means to form something through direct combination, because when two substances combine together they form a new substance. So this is, therefore it is also called synthesis reaction. Now this synthesis reaction may take place between two non-metals. So non-metal plus non-metal will give a new compound. So you can see some examples of non-metal plus non-metal, like H2 plus Cl2 are going to form HCl. So this is a non-metal, it is a non-metal and they are forming a compound. So this is an example of direct combination or synthesis reaction. Sometimes it may be a metal and a non-metal. A metal and a non-metal. For example, Mg plus O2 is going to form 2MgO. You can see this is a metal, this is a non-metal. Now this is going to form a compound. So this is the synthesis of MgO. Now there may be an element and a compound. That element is generally non-metal and a compound to form a new compound. For example, you can see an element like O2 plus 2NO, that is NO. NO is a compound. What is its name? Please write in comment box if you know the name of this compound, and it is going to form 2NO2. So you can see this is a compound, this is an element, but what it forms is a compound. So there may be different kind of reactions between two non-metals, between one metal and one non-metal, between one compound and one element, or maybe between two compounds. One compound plus another compound is going to form a new compound. So let's see the example of this, like CaO plus CO2, it is going to form CaCO3. So you can see CaO here is a compound, CO2 here is a compound, and CaCO3 obviously it is a compound. So two compounds can combine together to form a compound. So there are various type of reactions which are synthesis reaction or direct combination reaction. So let's move to the next type of reactions, that is decomposition reactions. So the next topic is decomposition reactions. So as you know, decomposition reactions in which one substance is decomposed into two or more substances, those reactions are called decomposition reactions. Now there are various type of decomposition reactions. So let's see, the first is thermal decomposition reaction. So what is thermal decomposition? As the term thermal, whenever the thermal word comes, it means it is related to heat. So decomposition, how does the decomposition take place? When heat is supplied to a substance and it decomposes into two or more substances, then it will be called thermal decomposition. For example, let's see, NH4 whole twice Cr2O7. You know the name of this compound? Write in the comment box again. So it will form Cr2O3 plus 2, or you can say 4H2O plus N2. So this is an example of thermal decomposition. Now here you can write heat, or symbol is heat is also represented as this. You don't have to do both. Either you can use this symbol or just you can write heat. So when the heat is supplied to this substance, it is being decomposed to 3 different substances. Let's see some more example, like CuCO3. Name of this substance, please write in the comment box, that is CuCO3. So it is forming CuO plus CO2. So it forms two different substances on supply of heat. So thermal decomposition, the decomposition reaction which take place by supplying heat. Now photochemical decomposition. The term photo, remember the term photo, whenever the photo word comes, it is related to light. Photo means light. So the decomposition reaction which take place in the presence of light, or you can say due to the presence of light, those reactions are called photochemical decomposition reactions. So for example, AgBr, that is silver bromide. So it in the presence of light, what will it form? 2Ag plus Br2. So it is being decomposed to silver and bromine separately. So it is photochemical decomposition, and it is taking place in the presence of light. So remember, photochemical reactions are those reactions which take place in the presence of light. And third type of decomposition reactions are electrochemical decomposition reaction. Obviously electricity, it is related to electricity. So the decomposition reaction which take place by passing electricity are known as electrochemical decomposition reaction. So let's see some example, like H2O, 2H2O. So when you pass the electricity, actually generally it is acidified water. So H2O will form 2H2 plus O2. So these are a few examples and few types of decomposition reactions. So remember these terms can be used anywhere. So this type of reactions are called decomposition reactions. Let's move to the next type of reactions. So the next is displacement reactions. As you know, the displacement reactions are the reactions in which one atom or group of atoms is in a compound is displaced by other atom or group of atoms. So let's see some examples, like Zn plus CuSO4, it is going to form ZnSO4 plus Cu. Now here you can see copper is being displaced by zinc. Zinc is taking place of the copper. So in this reaction, zinc is displacing copper from copper sulfate, and zinc is taking place of copper. Now the question is, why the only zinc is taking place of copper and not copper is taking place of zinc? Is it possible to have a reaction like this in same condition, Cu plus ZnSO4 to give Zn plus CuSO4? So is this reaction going to take place? The answer is no. Now how will we know which substance is going to displace which substance? For that we have a series which is called reactivity series. So you always have to remember that when it is displacement of metals, because zinc is a metal, copper is also a metal. So here we are having the displacement of metals. This is for metals. So this is the displacement of metals. So in case of displacement of metals, always more reactive metal will displace the less reactive metal, means, and this is the reactivity series, decreasing order, means here potassium has the highest reactivity in case of metals, then sodium, then calcium, then magnesium, and this is the order. Least reactive metal is platinum here. In same for non-metal, fluorine is most reactive, then chlorine, and there are so many other non-metals. So these are a few examples of reactivities of some metals and non-metals. Now here you can see zinc comes above copper. Copper is here, zinc is here. It means zinc is more reactive as compared to copper. So it means zinc can displace copper, but copper cannot displace zinc. Similarly, aluminium can displace copper, but copper cannot displace aluminium. Copper can displace Au. Au means gold. So but gold cannot displace copper. So the substance which is more reactive is going to displace the substance which is less reactive. More reactive metal will displace less reactive metal. For example, potassium can displace any of them, but none of them can displace potassium from a compound. So remember, you have to remember this thing, that more reactive metal is going to displace less reactive metal. It means this reaction cannot take place. This reaction is not going to happen. Only the above reaction is going to happen. So These are the examples. Now let's see one non-metal, example of one non-metal. So for example, we have Ki, that is potassium iodide, plus Cl2 will give KCl plus I2. So this is a reaction. Now again you can see here iodine is being displaced by chlorine. So this is the example of displacement reaction. Iodine is being displaced by chlorine. So it is forming KCl plus I2. Now again, can this reaction happen in reverse, means can iodine displace chlorine like KCl plus I2? Can KCl plus I2 give Ki plus Cl2? The answer is again no, because iodine, you can see iodine is here, chlorine is here. Now chlorine is more reactive than iodine. It means more reactive non-metal will displace less reactive non-metal. It means chlorine will displace iodine, but iodine cannot displace chlorine. So hope you have understood the concept of displacement reaction. Which element can displace other element? Can more reactive element displace less reactive element? Yes. Can a less reactive element displace more reactive element? No. So this is what happens in displacement reaction. For that you have to remember the reactivity series. So hope you have understood the displacement reactions. Now the next topic is double decomposition reactions. As you know, the double decomposition reactions are those in which two compounds react and exchange their radicals, means group of atoms or atoms, they exchange their radicals. So there are two types of double decomposition reaction. One is neutralization and other is precipitation. So first let's see what is neutralization reaction. So neutralization reaction are those reactions in which an acid and a base react to form salt and water. Remember, the reactions in which an acid and a base combine or react to form salt and water are called neutralization reactions. So why they are called neutralization reaction? Because acid and base neutralize the effect of each other and they will form salt and water. So let's see an example like an acid HCl and a base NaOH. So as you know, in double decomposition reaction, radicals are exchanged. So Na and H will be exchanged. So Na will take place of H, so it will form NaCl, that is a salt, and H will take place of Na, so it will form HOH. HOH matlab H2O. So HOH means H2O, water. So you can see an acid base reacting to form salt and water, and since exchange of radicals is taking place, this is a double decomposition reaction and neutralization reaction, because neutralization of acid and base is taking place. Let's see one more example. H2SO4 plus 2KOH. So here you can see K will take place of hydrogen, so it will form K2SO4 plus, and H will take place of K, so it will form HOH, that is H2O again. So again salt and water. So these type of reactions are called neutralization reaction. Now what is a precipitation reactions? So in precipitation reaction, basically there are two substances react together which are soluble substances. So two soluble compounds react to form a soluble and a non-soluble compound. So let's see an example of precipitation reaction. So there is AgNO3, that is silver nitrate, plus NaCl, that is silver chloride. Now when AgNO3 reacts with NaCl, what is it going to form? It will form AgCl plus NaNO3. So you can see AgNO3, silver nitrate, is soluble compound, NaCl is also soluble compound, but when they are aqueous solution, they react with each other in their aqueous state, they will form AgCl. AgCl will form a white precipitate, so which is deposited at the bottom of vessel. So therefore such reactions are called precipitation reactions. So there are so many more examples of this kind of reactions. So basically these are the type of double decomposition reactions. So hope you have understood the examples of all types of reactions. If you are having problem in any topic, please watch the video once again, and if you have any queries, please ask me in the comments. Thank you very much.